Nestor with the boxing voice. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Hi. How are you? Thank you.
What my cousin them is? What I'm crazy about? What y'all talking about I'm crazy for, man? I ain't crazy, I'm breathing.
That's right.
I don't gotta check shit.
Damn, can't get up in?
Not at all. You know, it was a patient fight. You know, we didn't want to do too much. The punch that we knocked him down with the 3-2, that's what we were working on in the back. You know, we had that in the camp, but we really was real specific about it in the dressing room. So I didn't want to do too much. I wanted to stay calm. As you can see, I didn't throw too many jabs, and the jab that I did throw was more of a measurement. And when we knew that he couldn't go to his right. So when I did test the right and him moving to his left, it was all timing. It was all timing. I even looked to my girl and I told her, and you know, I delivered.
That was after the fourth round you talked about, right? Looking for the crowd. You said that?
I don't know what round it was.
After
No,
the knockdown, after the first knockdown.
No, that was before any knockdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was before anything happened. You know, I just knew he was wearing down. I could see it. I could tell his body language and all that. You know, once you become very experienced in what you do, you start to see signs. You know, when you start to see body language and different energy coming from the fighters, and I knew that it was coming, and that's why I said I'm about to get it.
Out there in the fourth round, he threw a wild right. He got out of the way of it. And I thought then, did you see something in that sequence that was indicating to you that he was going to be free for a shot?
Well, we know that sometimes when Gerald throws punches that he brings it down to his hips too. I didn't calculate on that, you know, which I wasn't looking for. I wasn't looking for just a 1-2 or something like that. We was actually looking to set up for the 3-2, just exactly what I did. You know, that was what my main focus on. I think this fight I was just looking for the knockout punch. You know, we changed our whole game plan in the dressing room. Just last minute, changed the whole game plan and said he cannot go. You know, cut him off with the right. You know, he can't go to the right. Can't go to the right. The 3-2 is gonna be. Jay was telling me the 3-2 is gonna be there, and then the dressing room was warming up for the pass. The 3-2. That's what we were working on. So I was just waiting on that big moment to wait for the 3-2, and when it presented itself, I delivered.
Oh, for the non-boxing people, the 3-2 is a left hook, then a right hand that followed it.
I mean, it's hard to be patient. Bro.
Yeah,
I
man.
need you to do me a favor, right?
What's that?
When you get home, look at Tommy Hearns when he beat Capino Cuevas for the world title.
Okay.
And he measured him with the left hand and cracked him with the same right hand that you did Gerald
too.
fight with. Gerald was a young lion, he was very motivated, and you fought him off of an injury. Like you took an undefeated guy off of the injury, man. Oh, snap! Gerald Washington, you wanted it, you got it! It's there!
Malik Scott, ladies and gentlemen. 2 shows night.
Did you see Joseph Parker in the crowd?
I didn't see him in the crowd when I was fighting, but I saw him after and I greeted him. You know, and this is a gentleman's sport. This is what it's all about. Each other. It ain't all about one person being hostile to the other. It ain't all about this one yapping his gun. just to try to make this one fight and stuff like that. You know, on the outside of the ring, I'm a gentleman. I've stated that many times, and on the inside of the ring, I'm the bronze bomber. I'm the bronze bomber, don't really care about nothing, no mercy, no pity, just doing what his job is. I mean, this is the job that I signed up to do. It's not really a way of making a living, but it is a way of making a living, you know, if you understand those words. I'm in love with boxing. I love to do it, but I don't want to do it long. I think I got 10 years or less. I want to unify the division, defend it a couple of times, and I'm out of here, you know. It's just the thought of getting hit in the head by small gloves, or even if me knocking my guy out and just seeing him, or seeing his eyes go back, or seeing his legs shake, or something like that, you know. 2017, I really feel that I'm gonna really seriously injure someone, to the point where they're gonna probably have to put a red tag on somebody's toe, and I really feel that way. Now, this is no joke. There's no joke. I really feel that way. I really feel that way. The more experience I get, the more dangerous I become. Well, thank you, Gerald. I'm a very smart fighter in the ring, you know. Sometimes it may not seem that way, but as you can see, when I first started and to where I am now, I'm very calm. I'm very calm and I'm very patient. And I set my opponents up, you know, and it's gonna become very dangerous. We all know that, like I said, from within the first round or the 12th round, I'm very dangerous. I can get a guy out anytime, especially when that right hand lands. And we can see that it's still strong and it's only gonna get better. The only thing I think I regret in this fight, I wouldn't say regret. I wouldn't say it was regret. I said, well, only thing that,
Take your time, baby.
yeah, you know, cause I
time.
don't regret it.
Take your time.
I wanted to display more with the left hand, the hooks and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I didn't do it this time. Like I said, we changed the last minute up. We changed up our approach at the last minute, and it was mostly set up for the 3-2.
How did the power lock gloves work for you?
I always was a fan of the power locks, but when the raised gloves came and I seen that it had less padding and I knew I was a puncher, because that's a puncher glove, I fell in love with it as well too. But knowing that I got way too much power for that glove, I had to go back to the power lock, and I think that's going to stay.
Did you challenge Parker? And I mean, obviously your ultimate goal is to unify the titles this year. So what's next for you?
Yeah, most definitely, the unify. That's what I'm saying. You know, the unify the division. That's who I want next, Joseph Parker. And you know, I'm a gentleman. Like I said, I don't mean to be disrespectful to nobody, especially outside of the ring. It ain't all about that. That ain't how you get fights. The fighters nowadays think that to get a fight, you got to rough talk or rough them up or get in your face and stuff like that. Why not just be two gentlemen, shake hands, hey, I want to fight you. Ready. Just like I gave Gerald Washington an opportunity. Because of his gentlemanship outside of the ring, that right there was so refreshing to me, you know, that wanted me to give him that opportunity. And that's what it's all about. This sport is all about being a gentleman and doing it the right way. Now in the press conference, of course, everybody wants to see confrontation and stuff like that. But I like to see where everybody just gentlemen, you know what I mean? Because people stereotype fighters all the time. They think we're mean, they think we're abusive, they think that we do so many crazy things. Our lifestyle is so crazy, but it's not. It's not that way, especially not my life. You know, I can turn up when I need be. But, you know, at the time, I'm just a laid-back guy, very respectful. And, you know, to those that respect me, you know, so that's just how it should be. I think that makes the beautiful part of the sport.
Is it difficult to be patient when you have a plan like that in a fight?
Say that one more
Is it
time.
difficult for you to be patient when you have a plan like that during a fight like this? I mean,
What type of plan?
When there's like, when you said you kind of wanted to wait for your spot,
Mm-hmm.
are there times where just, you know, your aggression maybe sometimes could get the best of you and you want to try to go outside the plan?
Sometimes you may see a look in the fight that you want to take that approach, and sometimes you do, and sometimes I lose patience at times. But I have more patience than I don't. You know, over the years I've grown a lot of patience, just to sit back and just wait for the opportunity. You know, I've always when I first came out, I always felt like I need to entertain the crowd. I don't want people to be booing. I don't want them, you know. because sometimes you hear people, sometimes you don't, and you know, my focus, when I'm focused, I'm focused. I don't hear nothing, I don't see nothing but my opponent. And, but sometimes when I'm at home, it's always the hardest when I'm at home, because I hear my name so much and it sounds so good, and I can hear the kids, I can hear the adult, you know, and my love and my heart is for kids, all walks of life, you know, I love kids, and I hear, you know, different little things, and sometimes that even more like, all right, let me try something, let me get something, you know, and, but sometimes if you make the wrong move, that could be you, you know, and Washington was just as tall and long as me, so if I made the wrong move, I could have been the one on the ground, so.
Just for J and
Do you
D,
think that,
you guys
you went
in a camp.
Joseph Parker came here to see you ringside tonight.
Correct.
Are you at all interested, or do you think you would consider going to his fight against Huey Theory in May in New Zealand?
Would I be interested in?
Yeah, you know, if you make a deal, maybe it would obviously hype it up a bit.
Oh, I mean, hey, if we made a deal, of course, I'm there. You know, if we made a deal, I'm there, but, I think my people and Joseph Parker people know what each other wants, you know, and, I wanna unify. Like I said, I think it's a great idea that I had the WBO, the WBC, he has the WBO. Me and him fight each other to unify those belts. Christo, Joshua fighting, they have the IBO, add on with the WBA. So whoever wins that, they have 2 belts, and at the end of the year, you have 2 and 2, and you combine them together. It's a brilliant fight, you know. It's a brilliant idea to have 2 and 2 and combine them once and for all to unify the division.
Couple more questions.
Right here.
Just for J and D, you guys had a training camp, obviously. What caused you to change your strategy in the dressing room before the fight?
Well, we were just so adamant about the of him moving to, you know, cutting off his right side. You know, we knew that was his weak spot. We knew that he couldn't take body shots, and we knew that he couldn't move to his right side. You know, and why not? You know, I said I wanted to get in and get out, and what round was it? The 4th? Fifth. So you know, it's shorter than what I'm usually going now. You know, so we was real specific about that in the gym, in the back in the dressing room, and it stuck with me. So I didn't want to really do too much. I didn't want to take any big chances or nothing like that. You know, I was real focused on the 3-2, and you know, it played out in our favor tonight.
Well,
Deontay, you say you don't want.
Wait a second, Jay. Jay's got to answer this.
We do really long scouting reports on our opponents, very psychological all the way down to physical and strategic. And then we narrow it down to like 3 or 4 things that we really think we can capitalize on, that we can, and then as we come on to it, and watching Deontay in the dressing room and the way he was turning his hips with the hook, and especially and turning it right back to the right hand, it just kind of hit. He felt it. I saw it, and thought, okay, that's the move. You get Gerald moving to Gerald's right, which he doesn't do as well, and then come left hook, right hand. That would be the way to go. That would be something that we thought we could be successful at. Of course, seeing it and doing it are 2 different things. He's the one that's got to execute it. He's the one that's got to find the right moment, and it's not the same from the outside as it is on the inside. So I give all credit to Deontay for seeing it and executing it at the right time, because there has to be a right time or it won't be effective. But that's what it was. We just kind of zeroed in on that one thing is what we really felt.
Did you get a chance to see any of that first heavyweight fight, Breazeale?
I did. I think it was a very exciting fight. I think that was it Izu? Izu. Yeah, I think Izu. I think that because of it was his American debut, that he really wanted to impress the crowd, and I think he really drained himself. You know, he used too much energy that he really didn't need to use. You know, sometimes when you come over to America, no matter where you are in the world, you know, no matter what the hype is, you know, in your country, when you come to America, that's where you gotta make it here in America, you know, for boxing and stuff like that. And I think, you know, when these fighters come over here, they wanna make a great impression because this is America, you know, and I think that, he wasted a lot of energy that he didn't need to waste. And for that reason, that was the outcome.
All right, last one.
After your fight, you were mad at Breazeale. What was your issue with him?
Well, you know, the thing about, I'm a very respectful person. And when you come to my home, you're gonna respect me as well too. He had an altercation with my little brother, and you don't mess with my little brother. If you have a problem, you come to me, and we can handle it, we can deal with it accordingly. So with that, I got a problem with him, and it ain't no problem that I wanna see him in the ring, you know? So, I'll see him.
All right.
Deontay,
Last one.
Um,
Go ahead.
you spoke about, you obviously getting better, and you proved that with the knockout, doing it in shorter time. But on the scorecards, you were down. Are you afraid that this new counterpunching style could have you in a bigger fight in a deficit in terms of cards?
No, not really. I don't care about being down on the cards. When like I said, I got God-given power. So any given time, I'm gonna get them out of there. Any given time. That's the I guess that's the approach that I have with other fighters. If I get too far behind, then I'll take my appropriate measures to that. But I'm not worried about the cards. I'm not worried about being down and stuff like that, especially in the early rounds and stuff like that. When my corner said, when my corner feels like I need to up the pace and do more, then I will do more. But for now, I just go in there and take my time and do what I gotta do. I'm not worried about it. I know these guys are gonna tire out eventually, and then that big shot is gonna come, and I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna capitalize on it.
Interesting statistic in the history of boxing, no heavyweight champion has had the knockout ratio that Deontay has at this point in his career, which is 97.4%.
The power's real.
The power is indeed real.
As the guy that holds the mitts, I can tell you, I'm one of 4 guys that holds mitts. He's the only guy in the world that has 4 mitt men because of the damage he's done. He hit me up under the body protector, and I had to have hernia surgery. He dislocated Coach Cuz's thumb. He dislocated Mark Breeland's shoulder. So it is for real, trust me. And that's with 20-ounce gloves on.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
We'll definitely do that. Thank you guys, man. Have a great night.
John 5, wherever that girl is. We'll do it out here in the hallway. I think we can do it out here in the hallway. We can do it out here in the hallway. All right. Watch your step. Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Relax and recover, and then we'll be right back at it before long, and the cycle continues. We want the biggest fights possible. Parker is a great fight. He's got to beat Huey Fury. It's not an easy fight. Stylistically, it's a very difficult fight. But if he comes through, we've done our part. If he does his part, we'll put that together, I hope.
When you say rest, is it more mental?
It can be. It
All
can
right,
be.
man. Appreciate it.
Then you're gonna
Congratulations,
get some
man.
rest, right? You're gonna get some rest when you get home and take a.
I got an after party to go to.
Need that
No,
address.
I'm talking about
Willie,
D,
Willie,
you're
I'm gonna talk to
going
Willie.
to you're going to go on a trip or two, right?
Yeah.
Thurman and.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the Thurman fight.
Yeah, so he's gonna take some time and do some things that he wants to do, and they're gonna help him. I'm gonna take some time, do a few things, and then we'll get right back to it. He won't be on the line. I always say, like, oh, I know it comes. I just basically leave him alone. Be in the gym tomorrow. I'll be there too. As always comes, and I never, because really to me, and even with beginners and stuff, I never call people and beg them to come to the gym and all that, because if they're there because of you, it's just not going to work. They have to be there because they want to be there, and so I know the call will come. It could be next week. It could be 2 weeks. All right. Hey guys.
No other sight in the game could see the